What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 back again with JS Miner 87. There he is, fellas. He's here joining us tonight. He's going to grace us with his statistical knowledge here on the DFS Quarry channel on YouTube. So, stay tuned for that. Before we get started, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you would. We put out a lot of videos here breaking down the DFS slate pretty much on a daily basis for the most part. We take a night off here and there. So we're human. Don't kill us for it. We got Slack channel going. If you want to be part of that, send me your email address. We'll send out an invite. Get you hooked up. You can either let it here in the comments or hit me up at DFS Quarry over on the Twitter machine. Slack's always pumping, man. People in there talking all day long. It's fun leading up the lock. It kind of gets a lot of chatter in there. I like that. So, Jared, welcome back. 7 gamer. Only had a 5 gamer last night. Real quick, real short video. Oh, by the way, the winner of the hat, Mark Kelly. He did reach out to me today. I sent him an email out, waiting to hear back from him on which NHL team he's going to select, and get all the shipping information, yada, yada, yada. So I didn't do that through Twitter. Did absolutely do that through email. And secondly, he did let us know in the same message he sent me on Twitter that thanked us, man, basically for winning $50 off some of our picks, man. So, hey, good job, Jared. I'm sure a lot of that was you. Man, maybe a pick or 2 was mine. So there we go. With that being said, how you doing tonight? Lineups are okay. Hovering.
Yeah. First in 4 contests. I'm 30. I think I'm down to like 39th in the 2K, and I think it's a $3 3-entry max, $7.94. I game stacked that Ottawa and Colorado game, and certainly it wasn't without risk. That Colorado came in the end here, and I also went down to the casino and played a couple parlay bets here in that action now. So, and Cole, just wanted to show you, buddy, while I was on the trip over the holiday, right there, buddy, Team Canada hockey, a little Christmas gift there. Letting you know, I don't hate the Great White North here. They certainly give me a lot of good picks daily, and certainly love the game of hockey, and we need to keep on making picks. Yeah, and congrats again to Mark Kelly. We'll certainly get him a good hat, and hopefully, I think I'm at $45 on the plus side, green side today, and I was at 20 the other day, and I was like, you know what? I guess they're prepping me for that hat giveaway. Buy them a nice, decent hat, and maybe that's a good karma that I'm going to have to spend some of that moldy money in the DraftKings site to give Mark a nice hat.
I'm anxious to see who he picks, man. Aren't you? I mean, that's what I'm really curious about here.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we don't have, he must have a schedule. Maybe he works night shift. We can't get him in the live chat here, but still a great thing. And yeah, maybe a Hurricanes hat or something. I don't know. It would be interesting to see for sure. I'm sure, with the online world, we're going to get him a real nice hat out there.
He hit me up on Twitter at like 2:15 in the morning or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, maybe a night owl. I'm not certain. Maybe we'll see him on here at some point. But let's not waste no more time. Let's jump right into it. Get everybody what they want here. Hope everybody that follows the DFS Quarry channel and the Quarry Nation that you're having a good night, man. I'm thinking that pretty certain Cole's having a good night. I'm pretty certain that Raiders should be having a good night the way he was talking in the Slack. Not quite certain, but the way he was talking, I figured you should be having a good night. So, congrats if they are, and if not, we'll just keep on moving. Next, we'll just, jump right into it here. Like I said, breaking down the 7-game slate here for Thursday, January 17th, 2019. First game up on the slate, St. Louis Blues, still on the road, Heading into Boston, take on the Boston Bruins, who are right now currently losing. Tight game in Philadelphia. Boston's going to be a -170 home favorite, 5.5 over under here. We should see Jake Jared Allen and Tuukka Rask. Jared, how is it? What do we like here?
I was strong on Boston today. Well, perception was strong on Boston. Like you said, it went with the other game here. But certainly I like Boston here to win this game here. Not sure. I like that. Still like that David Perron and Ryan O'Reilly there on the second line. 6,000 for O'Reilly with 5 assists in 5 games and 14 shots. And I certainly like David Perron, 4,500 with 3 goals, 2 assists, 20 shots, and 2 blocks in 5 games. At a 4,500 price tag here, David Perron, it seems to be the biggest lock on the Blues side here. Let's look at the past 10 games here if we can. Past 10 games total-wise, we see St. Louis scoring about 2.6 a game. They got 26 goals, only given goals against 22 in the past 10 here. So not giving up a lot here. And actually, they, like I said, I think it remains the other night. They give up the fewest amount of shots here. So take that for what you may. I think it's the right here. Yeah, 16 scoring chance goals against. So out of 217 lowest scoring chances here. So I don't know how much I want to play this. Might be a fade game or a pair game for me. Like I said here, Perron and O'Reilly seems to be the best 2-pair option here. Going down here, defensively, we know there's some talent there with Parayko and Pietrangelo. For me, I start to get to where I really would rather have some point production from my defensemen at all if I can. And these guys just aren't really getting that much point production for the price that it is. If they're giving me 5,100, 4,400 and their lack of points here, I'm probably going to go somewhere else and just take a chance on a guy that might get me 1 point and save a lot of money that way on the like I said, these are DraftKings salaries here. Jake Allen, if he holds his own, he's going to have a lot of shots, and he could be an option here. Now, like I said, Boston shoots a ton. I'm watching today, man. I don't know how Hart's doing it. I swear that they've shot 45, 50 times on him. So, Boston, 358 shots in the past 10 games. So that's about 36 shots. I'm going to keep Allen in play here, especially on a back-to-back where, they're struggling here against Philly. Now, if Boston gets a lot of power play chances, this game's going to get ugly, I think. So, I guess a bad penalty kill for St. Louis. So, let's go over here, Boston, real quick. I think if you do want interest in Boston, I know Joe was saying line 2 today is where he went to, but back to home ice here. I'm going back to the well here with Pasternak, Bergeron, Marchand. I'm probably going to play these guys like I played Colorado today. You flip the coin or whatever, or you get an inkling of which winger you want to play. And then go from there. So, looking at stats here, I might play Marchand and Bergeron instead and leave Pasternak out just for the $700 savings and do that. That third line, Wagner certainly is a very good possession player. Today I was watching him and Corrali in that third line. If you wanted to take a shot on a GPP kind of lineup, they do. They're a good third line when it comes to getting some zone time. I like to call it grunt time, and they got some points to show for it. So maybe take a chance there. But let's go here. Defensively here, once again, I think we're in the same boat as on the St. Louis side. I'm going to fade the defensively team here. And I don't think I want interest in the goalie situation here for Boston,
though. I tell you what, man. I'm going right back to the well. Boston might have bit me here, man, but let them continue to bite me. I don't mind that. because if I'm going to do it, let them lose tonight. Maybe that'll throw people off them tomorrow. I'm going right back to the well. I'll jump in, talk about the St. Louis side here. I agree with you, Jared, with O'Reilly and Perron. That's not a bad pairing. I wouldn't mind one off and Tarasenko in a lineup, and also on the third line, centering that up, Oscar Sundqvist, man. 1 goal, 3 assists, 13 shots, a block, power play point, 3,500 centering up that third line between Patrick Maroon and Jordan Kyrou. I don't mind it at all. The whole line has a goal in the past 5 games. Total 24 shots between the 3 of them in the past 5 games. So they're getting enough time. Extremely cheap. So I like Sundqvist here, man. I don't mind that at all. Defensively, for me, only Parayko. I don't think anybody else is worth it at all, even for that matter. It would only be Parayko for me at 4,400. We'll go ahead and check out the Boston side. And Jared, absolutely right. I did have I played Greltzik today. I played DeBrusk and Krejci today, just because I kind of thought that people were off of Boston, and I guess they were for a good reason. It was really just ownership play for me. It wasn't nothing more than that. I just figured if Philly was going to shut down any line, that they were going to concentrate on shutting down the Bergeron line, and that might have opened up some opportunity for Krejci and DeBrusk. Really didn't do much for them. But they also did give Simmons on a Philly side an assist, so I'll take that because I did have a share of Simmons. For me, it's top line guys: Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak. I don't mind putting all 3 of them together in the same lineup as long as you can get yourself some value somewhere. Jared did mention Sean Curley. And Chris Wagner, both those guys off that third line, I think, are in play, and they're extremely cheap, 3,700 and 2,900. Excuse me, worth a shot there. There'd be a tournament play. Top line, though, I think is where you stick with cash. Charlie McAvoy, 4,100, maybe. Again, I play Greltzik at 3,100. He does get power play time. I don't believe it's top power play line. It's second. It is second power play time. So whatever. Greltzik, I like it. I think he's a good play. If you wanted to get some access to all these guys, like maybe if you look at that top power play unit, I think we could see some power play time here. So maybe if you wanted to do a Marchand, Bergeron, DeBrusk, I wouldn't mind that just to get some exposure to that second line also, man. I also wouldn't mind a Bergeron, Marchand with a Torrey Krug. If you want to get a little way different, nobody will play it, but you could go like a Marchand, DeBrusk, and Torrey Krug. Nobody's going to play it that way. That would get you away from the ownership if you think this game's going to be highly owned. However, I do not think it will be highly owned. I think Boston's highly in play here. I like the goalies on both sides. I don't like the over-under. I think this game goes over. It really could. I can certainly see Boston winning this 4-2 fashion. Next game up on the slate, New Jersey Devils heading into New York to take on the New York Islanders. I don't know if they're going to be on the island or if they're in Brooklyn. Can't wait till they're just back out on the island for good. I seen projected Kincaid here in Laner. It is what it is, guys. I don't know what else I could possibly do to help out the projection situation here with the goalies because I know I'm way off with them most days. Sorry. I don't try to. I can only go by what I can go by. And I try to throw in my own thought here once in a while. So we'll see with the Rangers or with the goalies here. But, Jared, what do you like here? New Jersey, New York Islanders.
Well, special teams wise, I think we talked about the other day with New Jersey here doing quite well on the penalty kill side. And power plays, looks like the Islanders have had 5 power play goals in the past 10 games here, 32 shots on those power plays. So I think this game actually is going to be a relatively low scoring, if you ask me, in my advice here. So I'm looking for pairs probably. So that being said, maybe pairing up Brock Nelson with an Anders Lee. I had Lee the other night with a goal the other night for me here. He's got 5 points in the past 5 games with 10 shots and 4 blocks at 6,300. Brock Nelson, 3 goals and assists, 12 shots, 6 blocks at 5,600. Both are good plays. Eberle at 52. Yeah, I could see that there. But if I'm taking away the power play points, I'd rather have Nelson and Lee. That second line here, Barzal. If I'm going with Barzal and Bailey here, I think I just want to one-off Barzal instead of even trying to pair anyone on that second line here. But certainly if you do want to pair, it wouldn't be Bailey. It'd be Beauvillier. That keeps going down here. And maybe Cal Clutterbuck there, 2,700 if you're looking for that last filler guy. And then defensively here, you can occasionally find a defenseman here for the Islanders. I've been falling to that Devin Taves there, or Toes, at 4,100, 2 goals, 7 shots, and 3 blocks. It's a shot in a dark type pick, and I think tomorrow you're going to want a little bit more of a guarantee play than his perhaps goal. 8,300 Laner. I think he's certainly in play for the win. Against a struggling Devils team, 8,300. He's certainly going to be one of the highest, if not the highest, price tag there. And so I'm going to probably look for another option, but I'm going to keep him in mind for a win opportunity. Going over here, Heischer, Palmieri on that first line for New Jersey. Sure, Coleman on that second line. Coleman's been having a great streak as well. If I'm going anywhere tomorrow, I think I'm going back to the well and playing line 2. Coleman, Zajac, and Miles Wood. I wouldn't mind throwing that line as a main stack here just as a chance. Because I still do think that Heischer and Palmieri are going to draw the best back-checking line for the Islanders. So, and certainly you can see the production of line 2 here in the past 5 games. Defensively here, Damon Severson at 4,200. He's in play. I like that. Andy Green, 4,700 with 18 blocks. I'm okay with that. That's really where I'm at here, and I don't want any interest in Kincaid here for me tomorrow.
As we speak, Sean Couturier with a hat trick for the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. Congratulations. Going to be a big win here, man. Big boost of confidence for these boys in Philly. Jared, I like the Islanders at home here for the win with being a -150 home favorite, over under 6 in this game. Jersey, Heischer, Palmieri, and I'm all with you with that second line, Miles Wood, Travis Zajac, and Blake Coleman. Defensively here for me, the only shot I'm going to want on any of these guys price-wise will be Severson for myself. I don't want to go anywhere else there. I'll let them all go. I like them low dollar defensemen. You know what I mean? 2,500, 2,800. I like that kind of shit. No Kincaid for me if it is Kincaid. Blackwood, man, I kind of would consider Blackwood, I think, but not Kincaid. I don't like him. He's not playing very well. Islander side here, I think I'm more on the top line here. Lee, Brock Nelson, Jordan Eberle. It's a fair price for them guys up there. They're producing, so I don't mind that. Off that second line, I agree with you here too. I am no Josh Bailey for me here. Really, it's just Matt Barzal for me, but Beauvillier is a decent play to it. 5,000. So I don't mind any of those two there, I guess, as a pairing. Really the top line for me from the Islanders. I do think the Islanders will win this game. Um, don't know what the score will be, but I do think they'll win. Um, Defensively, Johnny Boychuk, 4,400. I got a little bit of interest in Scott Mayfield, too, at 4,300. I think that's a defenseman no one will play. Devin Taves, I like him, too, I guess, at 4,100. So I'll agree with you on that. Laner, I'll keep him in play for the win. Let me see his price was. 8,300. Oh. I don't know if I can get there with Laner at 8,300. I'm not going to want to pay that much. I can't see on this slate. I'll keep them on there until I get into it real heavy here tomorrow, but really can't see me going there. Next game up, Chicago Blackhawks heading into New York, Madison Square Gardens to take on the New York Rangers. Rangers are a minus 135 home favorite here, over under of 6. We should see Delia and Lundqvist here, we're thinking. So, Jared, what you got going on here?
For me, I think this could be a potential game stack situation here. Both teams certainly getting on the board here. We've seen the Rangers, I think, hit the 5-goal mark there a couple times in the past few games here. Let's see. So, yeah, all right. So, Madison Square Garden, Chicago certainly has hovered there around 500 at Madison Square Garden. But, DeBrincat, Taves on that first line, sure. Let's check real quick on the power play here for the Rangers. Rangers, 6 goals on the power play here in the past 10 games with 33 shots on goal here. Looking at the penalty kill for Chicago, Chicago's given up 9 power play goals. So I think you could probably make an interest here for, I was on Chicago, my fault here. I'll stick with Chicago here. Got it backwards. Chicago's power play, we can look at that real quick. 12 goals in the past 10 games on the power play for Chicago. So I think you want to stack both PP1s here, a situation like that, wherever you can. Certainly Kane, 8,100, his price is worth every penny of it. Taves as well, like I said, at 5,500 allows you to pair him. DeBrincat as well. 2 to 3 guys here is completely affordable. If you want to do 2 forwards and then throw Eric Gustafsson in as a defenseman, I think that's fine too. But I really like going to that first power play unit of Chicago. New York side here, certainly I'm back to the power play units here. What's scoring? Zibanejad, 6,600 now, 4,600 Zuccarello, 5,900 Kreider. All 3 of those guys are completely affordable to do a full game stack situation on this one. Look at those power play ones, guys. I think this is going to be a high scoring affair here. The over under is 6 goals. I think it's going to go over here. I don't want any part in a goalie situation in this game.
I agree with you on the game stack and the goalie situation, actually. And I really don't have a ton to add to that. To everything you said. 6 here, we could see this game going over. Easily a 5-4, 4-3 kind of game. And I agree with you on DeBrincat, Taves. I believe you mentioned don't mind Dylan Strome with Patrick Kane. And I also like Eric Gustafsson at 5,200. 6 assists, 10 shots, 2 blocks, 4 power play points, 22.5 minutes, man. And on FanDuel, he is actually 5,100, so he's cheaper on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. I really like that play on FanDuel. So Eric Gustafsson, don't let him off your stacks. I wouldn't mind going a full stack here, man, with Chicago. I'll run all 5 and not have a problem with it in a lineup, and I'm not kidding. I kind of really like, for some reason, just call it, I don't know. I'm drawn to Chicago, man, in this spot. I think they'll come into Madison Square Gardens. It's a big stage. You know what I mean? Obviously, a big stage. Madison Square Gardens is known around sports industry for all sorts of things besides hockey. But I think they're going to come in here, and these old guys with Taves and Patrick Kane, they're going to flex their muscles. On the same token, Jared, I'm with you. I like Kreider, Zibanejad, and Zuccarello. Grab a piece of Shattenkirk as well. Run it right back. I wouldn't mind running all 4 of those guys in the same lineup together. Wouldn't have a problem with it. Would enjoy doing it, man. So both sides here, guys. No goalies. Both sides of this game, certainly for offense. Next game up on the slate, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs heading into Tampa Bay. Take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Scoring down with both teams as of late, if I'm not mistaken, right? We should see Anderson and Vasilevsky here. Tampa Bay minus 145 home favorite, over under 6.5 in this game. Honestly, I could see this game going low scoring. Jared, what do you got here?
Yeah, I think I even played it on the old parlay. For tomorrow's game, I think I took the under in this one, even at 6.5. So I'm right there with you. I'm almost afraid to play this game. Like I said, right now, so far on the slate, I've certainly got more of an interest in that game stack above here that we just got done talking about. For Toronto, though, you can see that the back check line trying to stop Tavares and Marner here, who scored 6 goals here in the past 5 games combined. Giving the door open here to Andreas Johnson there on the second line with Matthews and Kapanen. Both those, yeah, I could see interest in line 2 of Toronto. 7,800 for Matthews isn't bad. Kapanen at 4,500 is good value there, and Andreas Johnson at 4,700, another viable play. Defensively here, you know what? Ron Hainsey at 3,300 actually is not a bad fit there. Goals, 6 shots, and 12 blocks for 3,300. I could see myself taking a chance there on Ron Hainsey. Igor Uziganov, another 2,600. Dude's got 3 points in 5 games. I think he had a 2-goal night, so don't let that sway you here at 2,600. I'm probably still going to lean towards Hainsey if I were to get a cheap defenseman here. Goalies here, just too risky. I'm not going to take Anderson here. Going over to Tampa Bay, though. Andre Palat at 4,600 on that first line is in play with Stamkos as well. If you wanted line 2, certainly not going to talk you off the production. You're going to pay a pretty penny for him. So, yeah, that's the thing. Do you want to play for a point and Kucherov? You can. I'm probably not going to be on that train tomorrow, though. Defensively here, Victor Hedman, 6,000. That's a little pricey for a guy with just 3 assists. At that price, you want someone with a lot more production. Mikhail Sergachev, 4,300. I could see perhaps taking a shot there. And Vasilevsky at 8,100. I think I do have a slight interest in him.
Boy, I don't know how much of exposure I'm going to have to this game, to be honest with you, because it's a little nerve-wracking. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to think. Listen to the radio today again. Babcock was, I guess, mixing the pot up all again, man, with their power play units here. So we're going to have to pay attention to this to see how this really comes out here. with the way these power play units are lined up right now. Because that was today's practice. He was messing with that shit. So for me, let me just give you this. I like Tavares. I like Marner. I like the whole second line. Johnson, Matthews, Kapanen. All three of them. That second line is so easy to fit in with Johnson being 4,700, Kapanen being 4,500. As with Matthews at 78, beautiful line, beautiful play. Like it. Like it for GPP, and I like it for cash game as well, man. It's great play. Morgan Riley, too pricey for me at 6,500, so I'll stay away from that. Jared, I do like your Hainsey call here at 3,300. I'm kind of anxious to see how Jake Gardner reacts here after being booed at home last game out when he gave up that Jake Gardner looked like a giant pea against Soderberg. It was horrible. He literally looked like a giant pea. The Toronto home crowd booed him, man. What a shame. He can't play like that up there, man. Them Canadians know too much about hockey to let some bullshit looking play and bullshit looking goal like that. Man, it was horrible. Go look it up. It was disgustingly bad. He did look horrible on it. Soderberg just completely out muscled his ass. It was disgusting. But at 4,500, I'm anxious, man. I wouldn't mind taking a shot just because we think maybe he, I don't know, lights a fire under his ass and he plays back here a little bit better. Who knows? Whatever. Tampa Bay at home. This is where I like Stamkos, man. I don't play much Stamkos on the road. I don't play much Tampa Bay on the road. Unless it's just a flat out phenomenal spot. I prefer to play them at home. This is where they got their swagger, man. Stamkos plays much better at home. So 7,500, I don't mind that, man, with Andre Palat. I'll take a shot on that. I'll avoid Yanni Gord. Even at 4,300, I'll stay away from that. I'm going to stay away from Tyler Johnson here too, man. Don't think he's doing enough at 5,600 to play him off the second line. Point, he's certainly a play at 7,700. Nikita Kucherov certainly in play at 7,900. I don't mind that at all. I'll avoid everything else there. And defensively, I don't want none. Maybe Sergachev at 4,300. That's a decent price. Goalies here in this situation, man, I think they're completely playable in a tournament type setting. I don't know if I want to go here at all in cash games. So that would be GPP plays only for me. Well, I don't know. I don't know how this game's going to play out. I'm anxious to see. Next game up on the slate, Winnipeg Jets heading into Nashville to take on the Nashville Predators. And might I add, the extremely hot Victor Arvidsson. Nashville Predators. Man, is this guy on fire? Leading the way? Nashville's a -140 home favorite, over under of 6. We should see Hellebuck and Pecorine here. Jared, talk to me about how much we're going to play Nashville here with these two heavyweight Western Conference teams battling it out in Nashville. It's going to be great.
Yeah, games like this, you wonder what, because you can see it going either way. Nashville at home, you certainly give them the edge here. And yeah, you're right. Arvidsson certainly in play with Johansson and Forsberg, the whole three-pack. Certainly these guys are all getting exposure to points. It's a great thing at great prices here. And I certainly wouldn't blame you if you want an action to say, hey, I want all this line on the first line of Nashville, and then I will pair it again. I'll pair that up with some exposure into that Chicago game with the Blackhawks and the Rangers. I think your pricing could be on point to get a couple of those guys as well. Nick Bonino, third liner. He's got 5 points in 5 games. A little interesting there. But really, I think you look at the top two lines here. Craig Smith, I know he 5,300. The price isn't showing what he should be doing, but it's hard to ignore that guy as well. You know, he's certainly got some offensive explosion power behind him as well. So I can't really argue looking at either line here. You know, Fiala, I think Fiala's, no, it's Forsberg. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because they're not correlating here with the same power play, it's a little tough to validate. I would like Fiala to be on that first power play, but it isn't that way. So that being said, I'm probably looking at first line Nashville and just taking a shot there. If I do play them, I think I'd want exposure to two different lineups because I'm just not sure. Defensively here, Roman Yossi, PK Subban, a little more pricey here. Subban at 5,500, I would probably rather play than Yossi at 62. Ekholm, 8 points, and only one on the power play, 5,300. Wow, you know, at first you're thinking that Subban and Yossi are the plays, but look at Ekholm lately. Dude is on fire. So maybe Ekholm at 5,300 is your lock-in play. Winnipeg, you know what? I'm going to say it now. I'm fading Winnipeg completely against this red-hot Nashville team. They might score 2 goals tomorrow, but I'm doing a complete fade on Winnipeg.
Wow, that is bold, my friend. You're going to completely fade Winnipeg here, man? No way. I can't believe you're saying that shit. No way am I doing that. These heavyweights are gonna. This is gonna be a game, man. This is gonna be epic. We can't put too much stock in what Nashville just did to Washington, man. No way. I'm on both sides here. I have no goalie interest at all on either side of this game at all. But I certainly think that Cal Connor, Mark Scheifele, and Blake Wheeler are in play. I certainly believe that Patrick Laine and Brian Little are both in play. If you want a one-off Brandon Tanev down here off that third line, he's getting just under 15 minutes ice time, but he's got 2 goals, 2 assists, 14 shots, 4 blocks in the past 5 games. Take a shot on him with Matthew Perreault. I don't care about that. That's fine. Defensively, obviously these cats are not near as good as the other side that they're going up against, but Jacob Trouba is 5,300, 25 minutes ice time, a goal, 4 assists, 10 shots, 6 blocks, 2 points. Come on. Morrissey, Myers, I like Winnipeg here, man. Just as much as I like the Nashville side at first glance. I think this is just going to be it's going to be great. It's going to be a great game. Nashville side here, obviously we're going to go right back to the same heavy hitters that we have been using as of recent. Give me some Forsberg. Give me some Victor Arvidsson. Really like those 2 guys. Ryan Johansson, I don't ever really play him too much, but with 6 assists, man, you got to consider him in the game stack theory at 5,200. I don't mind that. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. Kevin Fiala and Colton Sissons off the second line, sure. You know what I mean? Why not, man? They're great plays as well. Nick Bonino. Oh, man, how much do I hate saying that? God. Nick Bonino, 3,900. Boy, them numbers make him in play. You can't deny it. 3 goals, 2 assists, 8 shots, 4 blocks. He's playing. He plays well. He plays a good defensive game as well. So why not 3,900? Yossi, he's still shooting the puck a ton. Just no goals going in here, man. 6,200, he's in play. 5,500 for PK Subban. I like that as well. Matthias Ekholm, 5,300. Ryan Ellis, 48. I'd probably avoid Ellis. But I think the other 3 with Yossi, Subban, and Ekholm are all in play. And again, no goalies for me here. So Jared and I differ a little bit on this game, man. It's no problem at all. I just, you know what I mean? I kind of like Winnipeg here as well, man. I like both sides. You know, obviously too expensive to game stack this for the most part. But I wouldn't mind, you know, like a Scheifler Wheeler and going up with like a Sissons Fiala stack, something like that to grab 4 guys out of this game. I wouldn't mind that at all. Next game up, Anaheim Ducks heading into Minnesota. These guys just made a trade today. Pontus Aberg from Anaheim to Minnesota for some guy named Klus out of the AHL. Maybe Anaheim starts dismantling here, possibly. Not sure what these guys are going to do, but they've lost 10 in a row. They're struggling. Gibson and Dubnik, Minnesota minus 175 home favorite. 5.5 over under in this game. Jared, go ahead and try to talk me on to something here, but you won't be getting nothing from me here, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't have much to say. You know, maybe you look at something from Minnesota side here, but complete fade game really for me. Maybe you take a shot at Stahl Niederreiter on that first line pair. Maybe you take a one-off chance on Parise with Parise on line 2, or a one-off chance with Zucker on line 3. That's really my only plays that I would do in this game. Defensively here, no, I'm not seeing nothing. This is mainly a fade game for me with maybe a one-off play.
I'll say the time and effort. It's a complete fade game for me. I'm not playing nothing here. Sorry, nothing at all. It's just not worth it. And with this slate, a 7-game slate, Jared, you know, this is about a game and a half too many for me. My over-under on games is, I think, 5.5 so far this year for me. So I'm going to get rid of that game all the way around. Let's take a dive into the very last game on the slate. The Los Angeles Kings heading into Dallas to take on the Dallas Stars. Stars are going to be a minus 165 home favorite here. Again, that slim 5.5 over under in this game too, man. Jonathan Quick, Big Ben Bishop. Jared, you going to talk me onto something here, man?
Yeah. It would have to be. Nah, I can't do it. I mean, Sagan and Radulov are around the 7,000s, and you know, I think I'd rather take my chance saving some money and get into that game stack up above at Chicago or in the Rangers here. If I did want to pay this much, I see more value maybe on the Nashville side for me, or playing playing that Boston line 1 against the Blues tomorrow. But I just can't see myself spending this much up to grab that first line pair for Dallas. Now, Klingberg at 5,800, different story. I might have a slight interest in Klingberg here defensively. And 8,000, I do have some interest here in Ben Bishop. Now, is he my go-to? I don't know. I mean, you see what we've done, people here, the past week. We were talking about it, I think, in the chat today. We have Niemi last night, I think, got me 10 point something. The game before, there was another goalie that was a long shot kind of goalie with another 8 points. I can't remember who it was. Can't remember. Yeah, Carter Hart today. I didn't look at his numbers, but faced 36, 38 shots, giving up 2 goals, and they've got the win. Another probably 9 or 10 point night. And one thing you're probably going to see is low cost on these guys. So do you need to pay $8K for a goalie? Maybe not. Maybe you look for an upset special and pick a goalie from there. You know, I have no, could it be Lundqvist tomorrow against Chicago and prove a big night and somehow stifle this Chicago team? I'm not thinking that's going to happen because I've told you I'm game stacking it repeatedly. But these are the type of plays. Maybe it's Rask going against the Blues tomorrow. It's going to be a little pricey here, but Yeah, I don't know. It could be the Ducks wild game that you get that shutout from Dubnyk or even Gibson, and that is your goalie play. That they might actually be the cheapest on the slate when you look at it. So, if I could recommend anything, guys, tomorrow is first thing is kind of do is like look at your goalies, do salary low, and then kind of go from there.
Um, point blank period for me. You ready? Here it goes. Jonathan Quick, 7,200 price tag. He's 2-1-1 over his last 5 games. Has a GAA of 1.72 with a save percentage of .944 and a shutout. That's my goalie. What's he going to give up here against Dallas, even if he loses? 2 goals? I mean, I'm playing Jonathan Quick tomorrow.
That's who it was. Speaking of Jonathan Quick, that's the one from a couple nights ago that I was like, listen, I call him Quick, and he lost in the shootout, and still got me 8 points.
Oh yeah, because I played Staylock and got the win in that shootout.
Yeah,
Beautiful. That was last night, wasn't it?
it might have been last night, and Niamia was a couple nights ago, something like that.
It was the same night, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, because I ran 2 lineups and I had an 8 and an 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I had I didn't play Quick. I had Staylock, I had Niemi, and I had Jordan Howard. Yeah, that's who I played. So I mean, I like Jonathan Quick here, guys. I'm not kidding you. I think he's in a good spot, certainly. We can see Dallas shooting. Jonathan's going to see what, say somewhere between 29 and 32 shots at 7,200 with the win, giving up a goal. I'll take it. I will take that. 7,200, Jonathan Quick. Like it. It's my Boulder Award. Jonathan Quick. You ain't taking him from me today, bud. You want to work backwards? What do you got for your Boulder Award?
I'm going to go I'm going to actually go with Robin Lehner here from the Islanders.
Good call. He's in a good spot. What do you like for your Snowflaker?
Snowflake, I am going to call Toronto line 1. Tavares, Marner, and who's the other one?
Hyman, right?
Yeah, it might be
Hyman.
Let's just page up. I think it is Hyman.
It should be Zach Hyman, I'm certain.
Yeah.
Okay. My Boulder Award is going to correlate with my Snowflake stack. Dallas line 1. Ben Sagan Radulov. How about your diamond stack here, bud? What do you got there?
I got Nashville line 2, guys. It's going to be Colton Sissons, Craig Smith, and Kevin Fiala, line 2, Nashville.
I like that call. I certainly like Sissons and Fiala. Not so much Smith, but Sissons and Fiala I like a lot tomorrow.
Smith, I'm at that point where I'm like, he hasn't scored in 5 games. You know, you almost like I'm seeing him like a line. Like, okay,
sure.
he's, but
sure, I agree with that. Certainly. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to follow your laner pick here, man, for my line 2, and go Beauvier, Barzal, and Bailey. New York Islanders line 2. I kind of like the Islanders here too, man, in this game.
Yeah, the only thing that frightens me is that special teams. But I guess what I need to do, and this is what I recommend to um, people in that game specifically when you're researching that game, look at 5-on-5 from Natural Stat Trick in the last 10 games. How many goals has the Islanders had on 5-on-5, and then how many are power play, and go from there. Like I've said, I guess I have that stat now, actually, now that I think about it. So on the power play, the Islanders have had 5 goals on the power play in the past 10 games. Their 10 games total has been 35 goals. So they got 30 goals in the past 10 games on 5-on-5 hockey, assuming none are shorthanded. But even if shorthanded, you're talking 2-3 goals. Well, I guess I'd have that too. Let me see. Let me see if they got any.
5-on-5 hockey? I got 25 goals in the past 10 games. Goals for.
Why did you pull yours? I pulled mine today.
You know what? Maybe mine ain't updated today.
I pull 3 different tabs now. I do a penalty kill, power play, and an all strength. So.
Oh no, this is 5-on-5, not all strength.
Okay, I do a full team total, and then.
Oh yeah. All strengths. I'm filtered out. It'll take too far. Well, actually, it won't. Let me just.
Yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, let's just say there's no shorthand, which I don't see. That's three goals a game, 5-on-5s. Yeah, you're right. I like where that Islanders could be.
I do. I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, man. Yeah. They're 3.5 goals a game. They're averaging over the last 10, and only giving up 2. Dude, the goals for percentage there, 63.64 is incredible.
That means you gotta play on who's on the other side of Barzal, not Bailey, right? That means you'd have to put in Bailey, which, I mean, I'm not totally against Bailey. It's just Bovier's stats bode a little bit better than Bailey's.
Listen, high danger scoring chances, man. They're at 12.7 a game. High danger goals, 1.8 a game.
Yeah, that's real good.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're obviously not Calgary, who is at a 2.6 high danger goals per game. You know what I mean? But, I mean, you look at who else do we have on the slate here tomorrow? The Chicago Blackhawks, 1.2 goals a game in high danger chances. Below that, you got the Sabres, Buffalo Sabres, 1.0 goals per game under high danger chances, man. Like, if you're not scoring on high danger chances, that means you're shooting a puck in the goalie's chest, man. Right? Is that the easiest way to explain that, Jared?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know, we seen that today when I was watching that Colorado when they were down 4-1, man. They were just taking perimeter shots right at their chest. It was, you know, I was like, you know, no wonder they're not scoring. They didn't wait for any rush or anything. It was pretty bad.
Okay, here, guys. This is a stat. I'm gonna go across this right real quick, Jared. We'll do this and then we'll get out of here. I know you're busy tomorrow too. This is just jumping off the page at me right now. Okay, here's what we're looking at. Last 10 games, all stats, right? Dallas Stars, 32.7 shots a game for, 32.0 shots against. Goals for, goals against, 2.2 even. Right? Now, that's not my concern. What my concern is this. High danger scoring chances for. The Dallas Stars is getting 12.5 a game, correct? They only are scoring at 1.3 goals a game. 1.3 goals a game when they're getting 12.5 high danger chances for. That's why you fade the Dallas Stars. Right?
Yeah, because I mean, you even look, even in that stat, you're talking about the Kings. The Kings have 73 high danger chances for in 10 games, and only have 1 goal less in the past 10 than Dallas, and that's on it. what, 50, 45, 50 chances fewer.
Yeah, well, with 60, let's say 62%, right? Roughly, 68% of the chances that the Kings are getting compared to, 68% of the chances compared to Dallas, and they're only scoring one goal less. You know what I mean? So the percentage that they're scoring at, you got, what are they scoring at? The Kings are scoring at it's 44% chance for high danger goals, and you have Dallas at a 54% chance because their defense is good. They're only giving up 1.1. But they're, you know what I mean? Like, Jared, you're absolutely right. That's a good way to point that out, man. They got 73 chances, the Kings do, and scored one less goal than what Dallas did. 125 chances. They scored 13 goals. The Kings had 73 chances, scored 12 goals. You know, with what you pay for that Radulov, Seguin, and Ben line, it's not worth it. Just not worth it. They don't score enough. Period. Right?
Yeah, I'm not playing them in this slate. I mean, a late slate, sure, maybe that's the line to play in a late slate. But in this main slate that we're discussing, I think you've got other options.
I mean, when you look at my spreadsheet, right? Like, yeah, it gets real red for Dallas real quick, man. I mean, they're pretty much the bottom of the stat sheet and everything. Like, they really are. I mean, they're below Florida, below Vancouver, below Minnesota, Washington, Ottawa, even stat wise. They are just bad. I can't say no more than that as far as DFS plays go. But that's it, man. Jared, you got anything else, man? That's a little bit of a dive into what I'm looking at research wise on a daily basis. That's more splitting hairs, you know what I mean? That's when I'm tied on a certain team with another team, and I need to figure out which way I want to go before I get that far in depth with my plays. Be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to look at numbers like that driving down the road, man. Your eyes tend to go crossed, and before you know it, you're on the rumble strips, down the road. You know what I mean? Scaring the people in the car next to you. Dropping your phone on the ground, and spilling coffee everywhere. Got ashes all over the floor because you forgot to flick your ashes out the window. Man, life of a truck driver, huh? It's hard. Not to mention the NHL radio on the radio behind in the background the whole time. Whatever, though. Don't tell my boss. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Say good luck to everybody. Good night. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow night.